and recording is started, and then I will just be a minute or so while I'm looking for something to talk about.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, so we kind of sneakily check, is there somebody up top? Which isn't a bad idea. But then notice how we then kind of rush an engagement to go and start shooting at people, and we don't really pick anybody out, right? We just start shooting, right? We just go pew 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 pew. We didn't pick out a target. We didn't wait till we got closer. Also at this range, I think we probably talked about that last time. Did we talk about right click versus left click range?
Yeah, about 10 meters.
Yeah, so here we're probably outside of that range if we're trying to target someone here. So plus Lucio and Junk. Lucio's probably the closest here, so I might be looking at Lucio instead, or just picking up Mercy sooner. So we actually get Mercy decently low here. Just gotta watch your health bar, because if we right click dash at the moment, I think no, actually they wouldn't finish her, but we have to get in one more right click dash.
And then I lost her, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of sitting out of the fight for a little bit here. Yeah, so there we kind of sat out of the fight for a little while, and then we lose our Reinhardt in that time, so probably want to be getting a bit more aggro. We also misjudged Junkrat's health by a hair. Okay, good dash escape.
This was bad. This I knew I did wrong.
Do we re-engage, or?
No. I was
we just sit
thinking
here
about it, and then I'm like, no. And then Genji had caught me.
Yeah, we just stuck around way too long, right? We could have gotten out much sooner. We could go up to the top left here, which would get us out very easily. So it's just the wrong way to go if we're trying to get out.
Yeah, they...
Left clicks. A little far for the right clicks there. Right.
Yeah, I started using left clicks a lot more to kind of break when there's like multiple people to like just try to get hits.
You mean right clicks, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for here, notice how we're doing it just like on solo Zarya, and we've been using it on like solo people. So like here, we're using it like yes, you can right click if you're just doing a spam into a big group of people, but if you're intentionally trying to hit one person, so like if we're trying to intentionally hit Zarya who's low here, or intentionally trying to hit Mercy, then we want to left click because it's much more accurate. So here, notice how we're just like the only person we're looking at is Zarya, and then we right click, way out of range. And we've kind of been doing that, so we want to make sure we're just getting that range down. And then here we're left clicking into a shield when now this is a massive barrier in our face. Now we want to right click into it because it's just much faster.
Blade is ready to be unleashed. I am ready.
Yeah, I tried to help our McCree.
Think up on your actions.
Okay, what?
I was gonna hold it 100, but I realized I was half health, so I didn't ult.
Yeah, probably would have been much better to just ult here,
I am
right? Just like
ready.
as soon as you see this situation, it's just a 1v2, right? They're a mile away here, right? If we kill them both, well then we give our team time to, like, Reinhardt dies here, so then it's just us, and then Zarya has to run a mile back. So this just makes it winnable. Whereas if we don't ult, then it's just lost. Right? Does that make sense? This is if we ult
Mhm.
here, this just flips it and makes it guarantees 2 kills and makes this winnable. So we just wait.
I was worried about ulting and then just dying, like beating it, but yeah, it like crossed my mind. Should I? And when I looked at my ult, yeah.
Yeah, if you ult after we were down to even at like 100 HP, you could probably do it. But there was a large time where we were 150, right? So now here, honestly, you could still probably do it. After this, though, now no, right? But even at 100 HP, because you can do slash dash slash, and they're all dead, right? Like it takes 2 slashes to kill both of them. So we would kill them very, very fast here, and they don't do enough damage back to be able to finish you before you kill them. This is 2 supports. Good left clicks. Nice kills.
Heroes never die.
Alright. So, when was the last time they beat it?
I don't know if they did.
Okay. How long does it take to charge an ultimate?
Anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes, or well, depending on the person, 30 seconds to 2 minutes.
Yeah, and generally speaking, about like most ultimates will be generated in every other fight, every 2 fights, right? How many fights has it been since the start of the game, or how many minutes has it been since the start of the game?
4.5.
Yeah, well, that includes spawn time, so kind of more like 350 or something like that, right? So does Lucio beat?
I don't think he has. He might have once when I missed it, but
Oh, I said does he have beat here?
yeah, he might have it. I just also figured that if we could get beat out, our Ryan had chatter, right?
So you know
with
he has beat, right? Or if you here you did know he has beat, is what you're saying. If you do know he has beat, then
take it out.
Yeah, take him out, right? Get him out of the equation. Focus him first. Or when you're ulting, try to ult him first, because then you could potentially kill him before he has a chance to get up beat if he reacts slowly, right? But I would try to kill him. Like, I would, before you start blading, I would just drop on his head. Firstly, notice how here and then also back on the first point as well, both times were a little bit delayed to be dropping on them, right? Because they're already past us. We want to be like, probably, like, if we're going to be right here, we want to be like right here, so that when we're engaging, we're on top, so we can drop and go right click dash and Mercy's dead, right? Or something like that. Whereas both times are kind of engaging from really far away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I try to wait because I'm like, our tanks should be pushing, and then they don't. So I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah.
no.
Or at least if we're going to be waiting, then we probably want to be like more like up here then, right? Depending on where we're trying to engage. But here, I would definitely try to take out the Lucio first, or at the very minimum, focusing him first. Did we talk about Mercy damage boosting blade last time?
Yeah, but nobody was talking. They weren't really working together. I have been trying to work on that though. With my friend, when I'm with her, we have been trying that more.
Has it been working out?
on and off. Sometimes I don't know if I'm missing the dash or what, but they just don't die.
Note that it could be because they're getting because it doesn't work on like anybody over 200 HP. Potentially it could be getting healed in between it. If you're not doing it fast enough, if you're doing the slash dash, or your mercy might be healing you more than they should. Some mercies, even if they're on top of you, have the bad habit of thinking the healing comes as the priority while you're blading, whereas damage boost should really come as the priority. Because the faster you go, the less damage you're actually taking at all, right? So they might be in the middle of your slash dash swapping the healing, and that could mess with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Request healing. Probably want to be ducking back if we're 80 HP. Okay. We didn't seem to hear Junkrat ult, so make sure you're keeping your ears open, because if we do hear that he ults, then we know he's standing still. We can probably kill him pretty easily here, but we react really slowly. We give him time to get up and run away, so that could have been a free kill.
I require healing.
Let's get you back in the fight. Get into position.
Yikes. Alright. Good job getting the mercy here. Maybe... Yeah, no. That's unfortunate. We got shattered. I mean, that's mostly it.
This will heal.
I am ready.
Coming up.
I am repaired.
Okay, right clicks at a distance. Okay, nice. Another blade. Crouch, 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 crouch. When you're just crouches muffle your footsteps. Running does not. This will just make it so they can all hear you, and then now they know that you're hiding here. They're going to be able to react faster. They could send somebody up to, like, you know, they have Monkey, they have Genji, who could come up and just jump on you. So your blade is not going to be hidden if they just know you're here.
And I think this is where they get it. Did try to blade. They used rally.
Okay. A little bit delayed of a blade, because what's already happened by the time we blade?
More alt? Grav? Their grav?
Maybe more so top right of our screen.
Oh, their Genji?
No, more like the fact that half of our team is dead. Right? That's probably a big one. So do know that ults that are used first generally get more value than ults that are used second. So if we ult first, then we're going to get more value. But whereas we ult second, then we're not going to get as much. So think of it like this: like if they have a blade and we have a blade, and they blade first, they go get a bunch of kills. Now we blade, no, now we don't get a damage boost. We don't get a bubble. We don't get healing. We don't get team support. And then also they could have already won. At this point, they've already won the fight. Right? The fight's already been won by them. So we might not even get a chance to use our ult. They might kill us before we get a chance to use our ult. So generally speaking, best time to use your ultimate is the start of the fight. And then mid fight is okay to use your ult. Late fight is situational. And then in between fights is very rare that you want to be ulting. And this is, by the time we're ulting, the fight's already lost. which is usually a no-no. If in a you don't want to be ulting in a won or lost fight. Does that make sense? So ulting like 5 seconds sooner probably would have been better. Then also, have we gone over like how to tell whether or not Eve won or lost a fight yet?
2 or well, 2 is like winnable, but not in our favor. 3 is lost.
Yeah, it's so close. It's 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. 2 is kind of the middleman because there's a lot of other. We can get complex with it. There's a lot of other things that go into whether or not you're winning or losing a fight. Which team has more abilities, more ultimates, more better spawns, more so that better positioning, right? A lot of other advantages that go into it. So our team, right? We could be up 2 people, or let's say we're down 2 people. We're down 2 people, but their entire team is 1 HP. That's still winnable, right? But if we have no additional advantage, where we're down 2 people and we're all neutral and everything else, well then that's just a lost fight because we have nothing else to pull it around. So once again, 1 to 2 is an advantage or disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or lost fight. So when it's 3 here, that's a lost fight, right? So you don't use ultimates in lost fights because ain't gonna do none. That all makes sense?
Yeah.
So overall, blading 5 seconds earlier would have been much better. Well, we kept fast.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Very nice.
The upper hand this time, master.
Okay, little bit lucky that Mercy used 1 HP. Make sure we're not just throwing ourselves into a really dangerous situation. The problem was that we kind of dashed into the middle of their entire team. Very out in the open, so you just keep your eye on that. Probably don't want to be doing that too often. Very nice. Okay.
Objective A captured.
Yeah, I was trying to bait him here, but then Ryan pushed forward anyway, so.
Heroes never die.
The advantage is mine.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, he just solo ulted me here.
Alright, so once you see him tiring, we're a little slow to react to actually shooting at him. Plus, I might dash away here rather than kind of standing still in it. So a little slow to react to it. Plus, we're really far pushed forwards at the moment. Notice when we're dying, where we are in comparison to our team. How we're right here and our entire team is all the way back here. So we're kind of like 1v5ing at the moment. Or 1v4ing. Which isn't usually going to work out for us.
I will not wait.
Yeah, I'm a lot more aggressive than the tanks usually. Like when I'm in, like I would have been up there. Same thing. So I kind of tend to forget that people aren't as aggressive.
Yeah, and typically that sort of you don't want a 1v4. 1v4 never works, right? And on like that play is okay if our team is there, but if they're not there, then you probably don't want to be there. It's not. You kind of have to look around at where your team's at, because if your team's not with you, then and plus there's not really a reason that you need to push up that far. It's not really getting you much value, because it's not superior positioning. In fact, it's inferior positioning. Now that I mean, like we don't have to go. I guess we don't have to go like super in depth on that, but that's just like there's no advantage to pushing up like that.
Mhm.
Double kill.
So we dash through everyone, and then we blade.
本気を見せてみろ。Back at you.
Yikes! All right, we kind of lost track of Junkrat a bit.
I did. I completely lost him.
I am healed.
I don't know how I got stuck. I was trying to back up and deflect, but somehow it pulled me in the corner, and I don't know if that was... Yeah, I was trying to back up there.
Back up like towards your team.
Yes.
Well, the problem was that we weren't going in the direction of our team. I mean, like we were trying to press backward, but you're going backwards into the wall, and then that kind of slides you around the corner. So we're just not anywhere near the. I think we just misjudged where the heck we were. Plus, once again, really overextended, too far forwards, right? Can't be that far ahead of our team. It's just gonna get us killed. Oh, really juicy ult charge there. Massive ult charge. I think we just went up like 40 or something.
Yeah, I was trying to farm it.
Okay, that was a little bit of a unnecessary flank under. Or not flank, but just rotation. Very nice. Press, even if you're not communicating with the team, just press, I got blade, I need healing, right? Just that gets you'll probably get your supports to look at you a bit more, get you a bit more team support. We're about to blade.
I think I did hit I need healing you?
Yeah, though I think that was because we actually needed healing rather than we were blading. Also, make sure you're not standing still. Keep your ears open. We reacted a little bit slowly to Genji. Probably could have bladed during that fight. I think maybe we thought that it was one, but just, you know...
I was waiting for Rally. I saw Rally and I was like, I'm going to wait till after Rally because you can put all 6 slashes into a Brig Rally and she's not going to die.
Yeah, probably could have gone before Rally. Yeah, probably could have, like, no. I guess, like, you thought that this was, like, winnable. Like, that, yeah, so this is already one fight. No, that's fine. Honestly, that's a chill decision. Like, we just, that's fine. Yeah.
And then, yeah, I couldn't get out in time.
Yeah, messed up our wall climb. that first time. Kind of ended up in the middle of a team. Make sure we're deflecting when we're ending up in the middle of the team. Deflect saves us there.
On cue, I am moving the payload.
Okay, good kill on the Mercy, but we want it when we're blading. We want to be acquiring like who are the easiest targets to kill. Last time did we go over target priority?
Yeah, I missed. I didn't see anyone else. Once I saw the Mercy, I was like, I looked, saw the Zarya, and then I was like, I saw her bubble, so I was like, I'm moving to the next person. I see the Lucio up there now, but I did not at the time. I completely missed him.
Yeah, so like here, I mean, we could see Lucio here when he's like right on top of us. We saw Lucio run in there with Mercy in the first place. You can hear Lucio, so definitely Lucio I'd say would be the next best option besides Zarya. If Lucio wasn't there, then Zarya would be fine. Plus, Reinhardt actually just shattered the Mei as well. Or, yeah, shattered the Mei, so Mei would actually be a decent option, but she just died anyways. So I think just if we were paying attention, Lucio probably would have been better. Last time, did we talk about dashing on the at the floor?
Not really.
Not really. All right.
You can to slow it down. It's hard on controller sometimes.
So here, it's not to slow it down. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to not go a mile past a person. So if I'm trying to dash someone who is right in front of me, right, and if I don't finish them off, right, so if let's do this, let them walk towards me. If I do this and I just go all the way over here, well, now just look at me where I am in comparison to them. I'm a mile away, so the follow-up becomes so much harder. But if instead I jumping up in the air usually makes this easier. I jump up and dash at the ground. Well, now notice where I am, even though I missed and messed up, I'm right next to them, which makes the follow-up much, much easier. So once again, it's the difference between this and then jumping up and dashing at the ground and then following up like this, right? It just makes it so much easier. So there we just kind of dashed through them and just went a mile away. We just made it so much harder. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. I think that's about it. Also, note that in case you never knew, what breaks wall climbs is when you look off to the side. So if you look right or make sure you just don't look right or left while you're wall climbing, because that will break it. That will stop the wall climb. So just continue to hold straight, and then move after that, and then that way you're not breaking the wall climb.
I think I do that by accident. I think I should know that, but like when I'm wall climbing and I'm like trying to get away, I'm like, oh god, where are they? And I'll like look, forget that climbing.
So it's right here. Notice how we dash through the Lucio and go all the way over here, and we turn around and then we're like, oh, well, I guess we're not on Lucio anymore. Probably could have dashed her. Miss like 3 different dashes there. Watch the dashes. Make sure we're aiming them. Alright. Took a little longer than it could have, but that's alright.
10 seconds.
I went way far ahead again. Alright.
Defend objective A.
Did I? Going far? No, okay, we're good. Alright.
Defend objective A.
Let's finish this quick. Faster than
Okay, like we're trying to find a different angle. I like that idea to get in front of them and deflect. They're probably gonna put a lot of damage in you like that. Okay, good job getting in and out here. I kind of like what we're doing. Okay, very nice. I like how we kind of flowed in and out of their backline there, and we went in their backline, shot them, got pressured out, and then we went to their front line and deflected, and then came back. That felt very fluid. I would say that's usually how you want to play that, and it worked very well. We kept. Genji's 1 HP, watch his health bar, we can dash him.
I realized that after, and I was like, maybe I should go for him. It's gone.
Objective A captured.
Moving the payload. Join me.
Kind of dash towards the wrong crowd here. Make sure we're identifying not just the first person we're going for, but also the second person. So we go slash, slash. Now who should be kind of our second target here?
That Brig.
Brig, Junk. Where Brig and Junk at?
Left side, not
Left side. And then we dash the wrist,
I
right?
wanted the Genji, and I dashed too far.
Yeah, I'd still go for the other guys because those other guys are grouped up as well, right? That's the big thing. The problem there was that we canceled our slash, right? We dashed too fast, right? So here we actually do slash the Genji, but we just immediately dash way too fast. So we actually cancel our dash. So just watch that.
I feel like I do that all the time.
Yep, just gotta time them together. And then we kind of focus in on the Genji when he's definitely not the easiest target to blade, especially when there's other people who are grouped up and squishier than him and easier to kill.
much better.
Okay, target priority, who are we entering? Okay, we enter, we look at the Moira, and then we immediately acquire a new target, and that is Riss. And then we stay on Riss, and we stay on Riss, and then we stay on Riss, and we stay on Riss, and we stay on Riss even after they're both shattered, and we stay on Riss, and we stay on Riss, and then when she finally dies, except for it just took us like 10 seconds, and also we probably should have died in that meanwhile on their team. Like, we're in the middle of their entire team and nobody looked at us whatsoever. So, definitely wrong. Good.
I was about to dash out, but we got beated. So I was like,
Yeah.
I was gonna like do one or two shots, then like dash to my team. But then I saw beat. I was like, I can here a little longer.
Yep, B definitely extended it. Plus, you landed a shatter. But definitely the wrong target to be focusing during that whole fight.
This is not your.
Oh, very nice.
I've been working, putting my sensitivity up higher, like my, I think it's aim smoothing down because everything's at 100 already, so I can hit those 180s better.
Hmm. Okay. We'll probably just dash through them here, get blade off of that. Massive! Oh, it's so big, except for we dashed randomly. Just slow it down a bit, right? Pick your when you're blading, I feel like our blades are too rushed. They're too like we're not methodically thinking through them. So pick out the targets who you want to go for. Even at the start of the before the fight happens, even at the start of the round, think who's the easiest, who's the hardest. This just follows target priority, right? So you want to be blading, we're going, okay, going for the low HP targets, right? Go for the low HP targets. Make sure we're not randomly dashing. Make sure we're not dashing too fast. We have 6 whole seconds, yet I feel like we're trying to fit the entire blade in the first 2 seconds, right? And then that ends up like this, where we get the kill, and then we slash, and then she ice blocks, and we just dash off to the side rather than killing the Doomfist, right? Who we could have killed easily there. Also, if there's not people to slash at, don't slash. Wait, because otherwise you are going to mistime them, right? So if you're, I'm trying to think. Do you need me to explain that further, or do you get that point? Like, don't keep slashing.
Sure, let's go over that.
Yeah, so you don't want to keep slashing, because if we continue to slash and we come up against somebody, let's say it's our final slash here, we're actually going to mistime it, and then they might even get a chance to get away, right? So let's say it's we're on the last second, right? But we slash before that last second, and we're about to reach someone, right? Let's say there's somebody like that, and we're about to reach them, right? And we blade, and we go slash, 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 and then even though we could have slashed them there, we used it ahead of time, so we had to wait that extra half a second for it to recharge. Well, now that means that we couldn't kill them, and otherwise if we just waited till we got close to them, we could have. I'm not sure if that's making sense. Think of it like this as well, because there's a half a second delay before each slash, right? So you're kind of wasting that time. Same thing, like let's say there's a tracer, right? And you could slash her the moment that she shows up, when she gets next to you. But if you just slashed, well then there's that delay, and now you can't hit her, and then she just blinks away. So you don't want to just keep slashing. You want to wait. You wait. Then when you get close to somebody, you slash. Right? So that's just going to be more efficient and allow you to finish people off. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. My thing, then you get 6 slashes. You have to use your slashes.
Yeah, except for, not going to do anything if we're not actually slashing anyone in particular.
Now entering ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Sorry.
I am moving the
Where are we at? We're after that, right? So we're here. Right. Yeah, we pressed that.
Right by here, yeah. I think it was the end of the fight. I think that won it.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh. Okay, kind of very out in the open. Make sure you're using cover, getting closer to that. Good kill. Grab the health pack while you're in that room real quick. Since you're low. Dash in the wall. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I do that a lot. My dashes are subpar.
Typically, when you engage, you want to use one ability to engage, one ability to get out, right? So here, if we have deflect to get out, actually use it, because we're just turned in the opposite direction, walking down main, whereas we should just be turned around towards them and deflecting as we disengage. That way, we're not taking damage, but we kind of do that very delayed. We just take a lot of unnecessary damage that potentially could have gotten us killed. Okay, so let's just look at this right here. Really far away from our team. We're kind of flaunting it. They can see us very easily. This isn't really an angle that's going to be great. I probably would recommend just sticking with our team and then maybe using like this right side. Left side is just way too flanky. It's just putting us in a risky position, especially when they have like a monkey who can dive us very easily. So I probably wouldn't recommend being this far forward. So if on our own, that almost gets us killed quite nearly. Then this puts us and Mercy out like in harm's way. We also kind of once again walk straight through the open, whereas maybe we could have gone up to high ground here and just stayed up on the high ground. We kind of stay very out in the open. This actually gets Mercy killed because she comes to try to help us. Yeah.
Back at you. Much better.
Yep. I would just say a little over aggressive once again.
I did make it out there. I didn't die that time.
Except we did there.
Yeah.
Make sure you request some healing, and also just paying attention to like what's happening in the fight, because we kind of like waddled into the middle of our team and then got mowed down.
10 seconds.
Big thunderstorm in my background.
Yeah, I hoped I would get seen here. Definitely got
You hope that you would get what?
not seen. I was trying to crouch past and wait for our tank to engage, but then I walked right past him.
Ready.
Yeah, definitely not the play, because like we can look through the wall and see. Firstly, crouch. You're not crouching here. Kind of just walking, so they can hear us. Secondly, look through the wall. And you'll be able to see where the cart is. And if we're looking at where cart is right there. They have to be on cart to push it. So there's gonna be people just staring at us, right? So I probably wouldn't be pushing through this window if they can all see us through it. And then we're just really, and then instead of disengaging, we actually push and engage on them here, which isn't the play either. And then overall, that just staggers us really far and puts our team at a disadvantage. Kind of gives them a lot of momentum. So that was a little bit of yikes play, you know. Okay. Problem with this off angle is that we're giving them all the time in the world to react to the fact that we're over here. We're wall climbing up, right? They don't actually see us here. Maybe we should like crouch up here and then, you know, drop on top of them when we get the chance. But instead we drop really loudly, right? So they can all hear that. Then we peek and we wide peek to where like they can all three of these guys can just look a little bit to their left, and I think we're on their screens, right? Lucio, or Lucio on the screen, Soldier just to the side, Moira on her screen. So all of them see us. So we now lose our surprise advantage. This is no longer a surprise. They see us coming, so they're able to boop us and run away, and Moira can fade, and we're just overall it's not going to work nearly as well. So we kind of gotta make sure that if we're going and making this play, it has to be sneaky. So that way we're actually getting much more value out of it. Okay, kind of lost track of our people. So not sneaky. Before you're even blading, you're getting booped and whatnot. Because of that, dashing and good.
Played like a dash for that, so I could. I figured he'd boot me, but
Yeah, deflect. Turning around the deflecting. Alright, so, main points, do a quick review, and then wrap up from there.
alright.
So, ability usage, dash at the floor, don't dash like all the way through them, and go nowhere with it. We actually ended up missing a lot of dashes, like, you know, we just, making sure we're getting used to the mechanics of it. Besides that, I think that's about it. Deflect, there are a lot of times where we just wouldn't deflect when we needed to, or we wouldn't be looking in the right direction. Like, there would be people over here shooting at us, and we'd be like, deflect! Right? So make sure you're looking in the direction, deflecting to usually, in a lot of cases, deflect can be used to disengage. Not all the time. Typically, deflect is the more defensive, dash is the more offensive, but it can be flip-flopped. Right? You can use deflect aggressively and dash defensively. Just depends on the situation. Overall, though, ability usage kind of a low to medium priority for you to work on. Blade usage definitely needs a lot of work. Slow it down a hair. Pick out who's the most important targets. Communicate it with your team. Even if that's a simple, you can, if you're communicating it, be in voice chat. But even if you're not in voice chat and you're not counting it down, going 3, 2, 1, dash up blade, you can also just press,
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
my blade is ready to be unleashed, right? And press that like twice or 3 times. And then if you, and then maybe tag it with the I need healing, right? And that gets your supports to look at you. That gets you some team support because everyone knows now, even if you're not communicating, it's technically a form of communication and saying I'm going, right? Don't rush it. Pay attention to the people who are low. Don't try to force the whole thing into 2 seconds. You have whole 6 seconds. Don't keep swinging. Wait till you get close to people. Because if we slash, then we have to wait. Just adds delays in there. It can mean that we actually end up missing out on kills. Overall, that one's about maybe like. Also, don't ult in won or lost fights. Overall, about a medium. Then mechanics, don't right click. This was the big one. Don't right click from too far away. Sometimes we'd left click too close, but more often than not, it was right clicking from like back here against one person. Right? Make sure we're left clicking at that range. So I'd left click a bit more than you are currently, and just know the range for each. Besides that, just generally practice at your mechanics. Think about target priority, who's the easiest, who's the hardest to kill, focus the easiest, don't come in shooting at the hardest to kill. I think that's about it. That's gonna go about a medium priority for you to work on, ish. Then you got positioning. Don't stand down in the open. There are a lot of times where we got caught in the open. We talked about positioning out in the cover usage last time, yeah?
Yes.
Yep. Good positioning is the usage of cover. Bad positioning is the absence of cover. A lot of times where we kind of wander out into the open. Make sure that's not the case. Right? Use cover. Take high grounds. Make sure that, can keep working on your off angles and flanks, right? Be sneaky. You don't always have to be, but because if you're going fast on it, then the speed is the surprise, right? Because they're not expecting you. But if you're coming off on this off angle and you're staying here for 10 seconds, you can't just be, you can't be stomping your feet, jumping up and down, hey guys, and then, standing there for them to stare at you, because then they all know you're there. You lose the surprise advantage, and that's one of the big reasons why you're going on that in the first place, right? Because that means that you're not getting stunned, that means that you're not getting shot at, so make sure you're being sneaky if you're just going to sit there for longer periods of time, and then if you're not, then don't worry as much about it. If you're being fast, then it doesn't matter as much, right? So if you're being sneaky, crouch. If you're kind of medium distance, you can crouch spam. If you're close to people, you hold crouch. Don't jump. Don't, make loud noises. Overall positioning, about medium. Okay. Then awareness, pay attention to kill feed. Where the heck is your team? Who's winning, who's losing. 1 to 2 is an advantage or disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or lost fight. Don't ult in won or lost fights. There are a lot of other things that go into whether or not you're winning or losing. Right? That's why 2 is the middleman. Which team has better positioning, more ults, more abilities, more HP, closer spawns, etc. Pay attention to tab. What are the team compositions? Team comp dictates your play style. You should think through target priority doing that. Think through blade priority doing that. Then just generally pay attention. Where is their team? Where is our team? A lot of audio cues that we missed during that game. Then I feel like I'm missing something there. Yep. Paying attention to where the heck people are, where the heck also where the heck our team is, because we would go into fights when our team's a mile away from us, right? Overextension, that's kind of a part, that's part of aggression, which is intertwined with awareness. So do a quick 360 before you're going in and see, do I have my team? If you don't go in 1v6. If you do, then go ahead, right? Overall, that one's probably maybe a lower end of a medium high, right? So to put that all in order, number 1 is your awareness. Number 2 is probably your ult usage, yeah, something like that. Then your mechanics, then your positioning, then your ability usage. That all makes sense? Any questions?
So there have been multiple situations where there's a soldier taking off angles with a pocketed mercy, and obviously that's my job to kill them.
No, it is not.
No?
No. Do not take duels where you are actively in a disadvantage. So if you have a 50% chance or higher of winning, take it. If you have below a 50% chance of winning, you should not, or let's say 45% chance of winning, then you should just run away. There's no point to it. If in a 2v1, you have maybe a 25% chance of winning that. That's a major disadvantage. There's no point in taking a duel that you have a 75% chance of losing, right? Instead, disengage, swing around. Maybe instead of trying to take the direct, 2v1, maybe try to pick off the mercy and then duel the soldier, right? Try to assassinate her. But you do not want to take the direct duel where at a disadvantage. Other disadvantages would be you're low health, you're out of abilities, they have more players than you, they have more health, they have an ultimate, right? That sort of thing.
So they're getting lasered, they're lasering my tanks. What am I supposed to do about that? Because I feel on maybe Volskaya or Hanamura, and I know the soldier's melting them, and he's the big reason. But
yeah, charge up blade, or play for blade that can frag him with that. Like I said, try to assassinate the mercy, then take out the soldier. Get more kills than him and out frag, and then that's just you getting more value. But if you're identifying the soldier as the biggest threat, well, you can't take out soldier unless you're running a full dive. You're not going to be able to take out soldier before you take out the mercy. You can't win a direct 1v1. So the kind of the logical conclusion is try to sneak sneak around, take out the Mercy while Soldier's not paying attention, then maybe you disengage and then come back in if you need to. Otherwise, just keep going and kill the Soldier 2 after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes
Awesome.
sense.
Yep.
Alright. So, recording.